Hello, tutor. My name is Mauricio Bautista, and I am part of the course Foreign Language Acquisition and Learning. And in this video, I'm going to answer the challenge on Phase 1 recognition activity. Let's start talking about the course description. The course Foreign Language Acquisition and Learning is a methodological course with an observation practice. It is developed concerning a specific object of study, whose characteristic is the person who observes, collects the information in the natural environment of the object observed. This becoming a participant method of collecting data that involves interaction with the phenomenon and or the events observed. This course has 5 phases. Phase number 1 is the recognition activity, where we have to record a video with the main information of the course. In phase 2, we start the participant observation practice during phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. In phase 2, we examine the factors that influence the process of the foreign language acquisition and learning. On phase 3, we compare the main theories on foreign language acquisition within the contents of the pedagogical practice A scenario. On phase 4, we evaluate teaching methods. And in phase 5, we set up a proposal related to the new assessment approaches in the classroom environment. The learning outcomes. Learning outcome number 1. Review the characteristics of the course and particularities of the pedagogical and educational practice process. Learning outcome 2. Examine the factors that influence the process of foreign language acquisition and learning methodically and in detail within the pedagogical practice A scenarios. Learning outcome 3. Compare the main theories on foreign language acquisition within the contents of the pedagogical practice A scenario. Learning outcome 4. Evaluate teaching strategies used within the classroom based on the students' learning characteristics. Learning outcome 5. Set up a proposal related to the new assessment approaches in the classroom environment. This course has 2 units. Unit 1, foreign language acquisition from the theory to the practice, and Unit 2, learning trends in foreign language. Now let's talk about the chapters and articles of Acuerdo Reglamento de Prácticas Pedagógicas y Educativas. Chapter 1, Definition and Purpose. The articles are Definition and Purpose. Chapter 2, Generalities and Definition. Article 3, Practical Component. Article 4, Pedagogical and Educational Practice. Article 5, Nature and Offer of the Practical Component Courses. Article 6, Teacher and Training. Article 7, Training Route of Pedagogical and Educational Practice. Chapter 3, Curriculum Aspects of the Training Route of Pedagogical and Educational Practice. Article 8, Prerequisites. Article 9, Course Enrollment. Article 10, of the courses of the training route of pedagogical and educational practice. Article 11, Homologation of the courses of the pedagogical practice training route. Chapter 4, Principles of Action of the Teacher in Training in the Pedagogical and Educational Practice. Article 14, are principles of action of the educational pedagogical practice. Chapter 5, definition of the academic network of pedagogical and educational practices. Article 15, are actors in the academic network of pedagogical and educational practices. Chapter 6, pre-practice seminar. Article 16, a segment of pedagogical and educational practice A scenarios. Article 17, pre-practice seminar. Chapter 7, monitoring and evaluation of pedagogical and educational practice. Article 18, learning assessment. Article 19, evaluation of pedagogical and educational practice. Article 20, Grounds for failure of the course of pedagogical and educational practice. Chapter 8, Duties and Rights of Teachers in Training of the Degrees in the Development of their Pedagogical and Educational Practice. Article 21, Duties of Teachers in Training. Article 22, Rights of Teachers in Training. Chapter 11, Certification of Pedagogical and Educational Practice. Article 23, Compliance with the regulation by the practice A scenarios. Article 24, the present regulation governs from its approval. Now, let's talk about the lineamientos para el desarrollo de práctica pedagógica y educativa, which includes referentes normativos. In 1984, the Law 30 regulates higher education, and Law 115 regulates basic and primary educations. In 2008, Law 1188 generates reform of quality criteria for higher education programs. In 2010, Resolution 5443 defines the specific characteristics of quality for professional training programs in education, and the Resolution 6966 emphasizes pedagogical practice as the linchpin of the teacher training. In 2015, Decree 2450 regulates the quality conditions for the granting and renewal of undergraduate academic programs. Decree 1075 recognizes the importance of the offer of academic programs in educational science. In 2016, Resolution 2041 establishes the specific quality characteristics of the degree programs for obtaining, renewing, or modifying the qualifier registration. In 2009, Decree 1330, the new quality criteria are established to obtain qualified registration of higher education academic programs. And finally, in 2020, the Resolution 21795, by which the parameters of self-assessment, verification, and evaluation of the quality condition of programs regulated in Decree 1075 of 2015 are established. Now let's talk about the business principles. Number one, integrity of the teaching pedagogical practice. The teacher in training is a representative of the unit. Therefore, exemplary behavior is expected that meets the expectations of the academic community. Number two, dialogy between educational actors, where priority is given to assertive proposal and respectful dialogue. Number three, promotion of protecting environments for children and adolescents. Promotion of scenarios free of all types of discrimination based on sex, political, ideology, religion, and situations that pose a risk to the underage population with whom we work. Number four, respect for differences. Adaptation of teaching strategies taking into account the different levels of training, abilities, and expectations of people. And finally, number five, excellence in service. The teacher in training reflects dedication and respect for teaching through their work. Now let's talk about the degree programs in ESEDU. We have the bachelor's degree in children's pedagogy, Bachelor of Ethnoeducation, Bachelor of Mathematics, Bachelor of Philosophy, and Bachelor of Foreign Language with an emphasis in English. That is the course, the bachelor that we are doing right now. Now let's clear some definitions of concepts. What is practical component? Groups, pedagogical, and didactic strategies planned and organized and starting from reflection, conceptualization, research, and experimentation in spaces, whether face-to-face or virtual, in order to acquire, generate, and exchange disciplinary skills. What is pedagogical and educational practice? Curricular space for comprehensive training designed for the implementation of skills developed by teacher and training throughout their training process. What is the specific regulation of pedagogical in educational practice? Is a set of forms and guidelines defined by the educational programs which regulates and defines the conditions and the activities. What is a methodological course? This kind of course gives priority to the teaching practice relationship that occurs in process. What is a practical course? This kind of course emphasizes knowing how to act through the educational process. What is a pedagogical and educational practice route? It is the curricular route to be followed by the teacher in training who addresses the course that are part of the practical component. Now, let's talk about the pedagogical and educational practice route in my career. We have several courses that makes this pedagogical route. Some of them are didactics of English, English language acquisition of learnings. We also have evaluation and other courses that we are going to see through this career. What is the pre-practice seminar? It is a strategy of the School of Education Sciences that seeks reflection and understanding of the process of pedagogical and educational practice in order to equip the student for the development of their practical pedagogical practice. What is an SAPEC? It means Estrategia de Acompañamiento Sincrónico Presencial de la Escuela de Ciencias de la Educación, and is asynchronous accompaniments to intern students where spaces for interaction are open with the teachers in charge. And finally, what is a simulator? A simulator is an academic tool that allows us undergraduate students to propose and carry out simulated pedagogical and didactics practice. So this is all that I have to say. Thank you so much.